As we currently have the final community day of the year going on with all the 12 different Pokemon that we had prior, there was one community day with 2 Pokemon, we're going to take a look here at a team that only has those Pokemon in here, only Pokemon from the current community day. As we have Staraptor in the lead, this would learn Gust right now, which I wouldn't recommend you to get, but at least get a good one as a Staraptor, because Wing Attack got buffed and Wing Attack makes this Pokemon way more interesting. We have Walrein, I only have the Shadow version, you can use the normal version is totally fine as well. You don't need the Shadow version. I think the Shadow version is actually in the Ultra League a little bit worse sometimes. I feel like the extra bulk sometimes helps out a little bit more. But I only have this one built, I'm not going to build another one. And then in the back we're going to have the Obstagoon, where I sadly used the wrong one. Like I have, I think 3 built for the Ultra League, and I just used this one for whatever reason, because I didn't know there had still 2 others left. I played those battles when I was pretty much falling asleep, so sorry for that. But also for Obstagoon, you don't need the community day move Obstruct. I would rather like go get rid of it. Here we're running the Hyper Beam mainly for meme potential and nothing really else, to be fair. But this is already enough for me, to be fair, as we will be able to farm them all the way down here. Going to shield up another move, and we have the attack boost already on as the opponent decides to surrender whatever they had in the bag. Next opponent, we see Staraptor against Obstagoon. This is actually a pretty okayish matchup for you. You're going to be able to hit the close combat now after 6 fast moves, which is kind of crazy. So we're going to be able to go for one close combat now, forcing them to either shield or let their Obstagoon go down. What we're going to go ahead here is we're going to shield up the next move as well, and I can go and get the final shield of the opponent. And this is the reason why I run a Hyper Beam in the back here. Hyper Beam will allow me now to hopefully nuke something, because I am able to get rid of all of their shields already. We see the Charizard coming in, they have the wrong fast move, don't run Dragon Breath anymore, run Wing Attack please. But they can get Hyper Beamed here, and it's going to be goodbye for this Charizard. Sadly, they're going to have the Venusaur on the back, which is a little bit awkward to play. And I make a stupid mistake later on. We will be able to go for one Night Slash, which puts them into range for our Walrein, which is nice. I counted their move correctly. I know like how much energy they have right now, so I'm going to be able to go into my Walrein and catch perfectly the move on my Staraptor, which will take that out. And now I could just go straight for my Icicle Spear, but I thought maybe they're going to perfectly swap here. I didn't know how much health they had, so I just went for the full charge. Sadly, I should have undercharged a little bit, because now they're actually able to get to another move. And this was actually like me just playing a little bit bad. If I just undercharged a little bit, I would have been fine. I would have taken a cross chop way easier than the opponent's charge move there as well. So I could have played this better, definitely. Next opponent, we see Charizard in the lead. Not ideal, as our fastest charge move that we can get to is a close combat, which is not really ideal against the flying type. But we still have our Walrein, which is going to shield up the Blast Burn as we see a Trevenant coming in. This is actually our worst matchup against the Trevenant. Our other 2 Pokemon are way better against it. Like this, we're still going to be able to realign as we can let this move go through. But both of our other Pokemon would hardwall Trevenant, so kind of annoying to have it here against me, as we see the Venusaur coming in actually. That's kind of interesting. Venusaur will shield this move up. I can go ahead and go to my Staraptor now. I can take one move from them. You see even Wing Attack doing a ton of damage here. Gust would do more damage, of course, but Gust also is not really that ideal either. We're going to be able to go for one Brave Bird here. We can go back into our Obstagoon against the opponent's Charizard. We can shield up the move here, which is maybe not the ideal play, I don't know. Going to be a Blast Burn. I think I should have actually farmed them all the way down here, but also I think it's fine. We will be able to go and knock them out, and we should be able to take one charge move from the opponent here. And you know already what's coming up, right? We're going to be able to take this Friendly Plant. Our Hyper Beam is loaded up, and Hyper Beam going to completely destroy this Venusaur. Goodbye there. See you next time. Next opponent, we will see Staraptor against Swampert. Pretty okayish matchup. I really want them to throw here, because I can take one move, which is cool. I think the normal Staraptor is better than the Shadow Staraptor, by the way, so I wouldn't actually really recommend you to go for a Shadow one. You don't really need the damage output, you already do enough damage anyway, I think, with it, and you can take some more moves, which is, I think, a little bit better here. I think I would actually be able to win against Swampert in the neutral scenario, though, like in a 2-shield scenario, as I think I can outspeed them to the next move as well. But here we see a Trevenant against us, which is not ideal, because I didn't really want to have them against me here, but I still can go for Icicle Spear. I still force them to throw that charge move, which I guess is pretty fine, as I can go ahead and go into my Obstagoon now. I can go for one Night Slash, but I'm going to actually overfarm a little bit because, of course, we have access to the move Hyper Beam, and I kind of want to Hyper Beam something later on. Maybe we can do this. Let's see. The Night Slash is coming through. We will be able to knock them out, and let's see what's coming in here. We're going to see a Warrain coming in. I'm going to try to go for the Hyper Beam, I guess, but I make a stupid mistake. I didn't want to shield this here. I was just too sleepy. Like, this didn't make any sense at all. They're going to go back into their Swampert now, and we're going to go ahead and go for our next charge move, which was not ideal whatsoever. Don't know why I did this. Yeah, I should have just let this move go through against the Warrain. Completely not smartest play. I'm gonna get them low. It doesn't really matter because we have one close combat already stored here, but it kinda didn't allow me to go for one Hyper Beam, which I really wanted to do, so that's actually the main reason why I'm kinda upset about my play here. What's also kinda upsetting here is the matchup against Magnezone. We will be able to win this in the Zero Shields, but this is basically it, as we can go ahead and go for one close combat. They're gonna go for the bait here, sadly, which is actually really bad for me. I really wanted them to knock me out here, so I'm going to kind of be forced to swap out into my Warrain. We have access to the Earthquake, of course. I'm going to shield up the next move. I could have also go for the bait here, but I'm gonna go straight for the Earthquake. Let's see if they're going to let this move go through. If they're going to shield, they're going to shield this move up, and they can overfarm a lot now. Going to let this move go through as well. Wild Charge coming through, and I can go into my Obstagoon. They're gonna go into a Sylveon. Sylveon has access here to Quick Attack. They don't really want Charm anymore because Charm got nerfed and Quick Attack got buffed, so like you kind of want to run Quick Attack now to get to the moves a little bit faster, which allows us to go for one Hyper Beam again. Let's see how much damage it's going to do. Boom, it's going to do nearly enough to knock them out. I will be able to farm them all the way down. This is only a Psyshock here, and we see what they have in the back. We're going to see the opponent coming into the Venusaur here again. We can go ahead and go for another Hyper Beam, at least that's what I thought, but sadly they're going to be able to swap out in time perfectly into their Magnezone, which I didn't expect them to do. I'm going to have to go for my Night Slash. I'm going to undercharge, trying to get some more energy on this here as well, which allows the opponent to go for another move here. Will be a Wild Charge and will go down, but I wouldn't have been able to knock out the Venusaur anyway, so kinda annoying. Next opponent, Toxicroak. This is kinda okay to have it here because our backline really struggles against it. We can go into Obstagoon against the opponent's Snorlax. I'm actually going to no-shield the first one because usually they go for the bait, and they're gonna go for the bait here as well, which is nice. I can go for one charge move here with my Night Slash. Night Slash, I'm going to undercharge a little bit for an obvious reason. I'm going to shield up this move here. And what we can do now is, so you can farm them all the way down, and you know already what I'm going to do. We're going to get the Toxicroak back in here, and the likelihood of them thinking that I have Hyper Beam is pretty low, so let's surprise them. Boom, and we're going to nearly knock them out. We see the Warrain coming in now, and it's still a little bit tricky to deal with the Warrain though. We can go ahead and go for one close combat, gonna get the shield from the opponent. That's already kind of fine. I could shield this move up as well and go for another one, but I think, I'm actually going to do this. I'm actually going to go for another close combat here. This will be able to do some nice damage against them again, and I can go ahead and go into my Obstagoon, try to soak some energy, try to get some counter damage in, which works out actually pretty well there. We're going to put them into range for one Earthquake now, which is really nice. And I expect my opponent to count my moves now, and I expect my opponent to swap into the Toxicroak in the perfect time to catch my Earthquake. So that's exactly what I'm going to predict. I'm not going through here, and they're going to try to catch, which didn't work out for them, which is amazing. Earthquake coming through, and this will knock out the opponent. Easy game. Next opponent, we will see Toxicroak, we see the Staraptor against Empoleon. What we can do here is we can get one shield first, and then we can swap out into my backline. This allows me to have a shield advantage already, which is amazing. I can swap into my Warrain, which can take the moves pretty easily here, and this allows me to have a pretty decent matchup so far. Let's see what they're going to go into now. They're going to stay in for a little bit and go for another charge move. Fine for me, I have two answers for the Empoleon still, and we will see that they're going to stay in here. I can go for an Earthquake. Let's see if they're going to let this move go through. They do, and Empoleon is gone, and we see a Sylveon coming in here, I think with Quick Attack again. Let's see, it is Quick Attack. Yeah, sadly I don't get to another Icicle Spear by one turn, but we have to go into our Staraptor now. That's not ideal either. I have to kind of shield this move up. Going to be a Psyshock. It's kind of awkward. I think it might be a double Fairy Line as well. They're going to go for another Psyshock here as well. I should have thrown earlier. Can go for double close combat now. This should knock out the opponent pretty easily. Let's see. They're going to let this move go through, and we sadly see a Florges coming in now. And against two of the fairy types in back, there was nothing I can really do here anymore. I tried to go for my Hyper Beam here, but one Moonblast over Florges is already enough to knock me nearly out there. And we're going to surrender here. There was not a lot that I can do there, but still, it's a fine. We see an Obstagoon against us. Again, we can just stay in and wait a little bit and go for the move now, but my opponent makes actually a great play by also not throwing the energy, which now allows them to get basically the same amount of shields that I have to take here. But actually, they make even a better play by going into this Charizard right now, which I didn't even see coming here. I'm gonna go into my own Warrain, but the opponent is pretty far ahead now in this matchup. I can go ahead and go for one charge move, but this will not knock them out. I think this is only a, yeah, it's only a Dragon Claw. Like, there's no way that this is a, what? Like, how do they get to the Blast Burn that fast? Okay, I didn't expect this one, but that's kind of awkward. We will see the Icicle Spear hit them at least, and I kind of have to go into my own Obstagoon and try to farm them down, I guess. Shield this move up and use my Staraptor as another shield. Let's see, they're gonna get to another cross chop here though, which does around half of my health. And we see the Trevenant coming in. This is actually pretty decent though, I think. I think I'm fine. I can go ahead and go for one charge move. Night Slash coming through. They're going to let this move go through. Smart play. I can go for another Night Slash. We're going to get the shield from the opponent most likely here. And they are forced to throw their seed bombs now. And I think I can sweep maybe endgame with my Staraptor, trying to go for a close combat against the opponent's Obstagoon and just try to farm down the opponent's Trevenant here. And that's exactly what we're going to try to do here. And we have one close combat start now, and my opponent can swap. So I think that I'm going to just throw blindly my charge move, and they swap, and I just going to be able to win this game because of my play there to blindly throw. And this was a very nice one, to be fair. I really liked that one because, yeah, if I didn't blindly throw, I think the counter damage would come through and it would have knocked me out. So I had to do that, and it paid off kind of nicely here. My opponent didn't throw there. I don't know why I do throw, but I'm going to swap out now, and they're going to go into a Tentacruel. We already got a shield already, which is nice. We can go for one Earthquake against the Tentacruel, and we can say goodbye to the last shield of the opponent. I think I thought I would knock out the Tentacruel here, but sadly I don't. They're going to go for Scald. Fine for me. We can go for another Earthquake, and now we have two shields gone. We have already the Pokemon gone from the opponent, and we can align our Pokemon as well. They are forced to throw one Hydro Cannon here to knock me out in time. Hydro Cannon will knock me out in time, and I can go into my Obstagoon. My main goal here was just to farm them all the way down. They actually go for the Earthquake here for whatever reason, which is kind of crazy. Thought they would go for the Hydro Cannon spam, but they don't, even though we have shields left and we see the Dragonite coming in. They're going to surrender because we still had a full HP Staraptor with some energy there, so yeah. Horrible for this team. It's going to be Machamp. There's not a lot that I can do against Machamp. My opponent goes into, whatever it's called, Warrain. I will go for one charge move here, and I can go into my Obstagoon now to at least not align the Obstagoon against the Machamp, but like the entire team really struggles against Machamp. Even my lead there cannot really do anything against it. They actually go for the Earthquake first, and now they're gonna go for one Icicle Spear. Doesn't knock me out yet. I can go for one Night Slash here. Maybe I can shield, like maybe I can get the buff or whatever for me, but I cannot. I can still go for one Night Slash though, which is cool. And this will do some damage against the opponent. Maybe that matters. Maybe this puts them into range for an Icicle Spear. I don't know. Not really. It doesn't really do damage, to be fair. And I can go for my Staraptor again. Go for the Wing Attack down. We see a Crustle coming in, and Crustle is a core breaker for both my Staraptor and my Warrain. I'm just going to spam those Icicle Spears, and it's going to be a very difficult one to still win. But now actually they're forced to either shield or let this move go through, but they're going to shield this move up, and this is amazing for me, because now they have to maybe farm me down there, but it doesn't really work, and I can go for one Brave Bird here, knocking out this Machamp last second, and I have still two shields available, even though I think if I just stayed in and went for Machamp sweep, they would have won this game super easily, but like this was very nice. My next opponent, going to go into their Snorlax. Very nice for me. I can go ahead and let this move go through. A normal Body Slam will not knock me out. Doesn't even get me close to it. I will be able to go for two close combats, which would knock out the opponent, I think, and I get the shield from the opponent, which is nice. We see the next one coming through as well, and we are now two shields up, which is really amazing. I'm going to let this move go through. No, I'm going to shield this move up. Going to be a superpower as well, so good shield by me as well here. I can knock out the opponent, I think. Let's see what they have as an answer for me, as we see the opponent coming into a Charizard. So we should be able to hit another Hyper Beam here. Let's see what we can do. They're gonna go for the Blast Burn most likely, exactly. And we see sadly actually the Trevenant coming in, so no Hyper Beam here. But we can hit two Night Slashes, or we're just going to keep two Night Slashes. And we have now also our Staraptor aligned, as I can go back into my obstacle and go for another Night Slash, go for Night Slash against the opponent's Charizard. Sadly, I can go for Hyper Beam here, and I think we're going to be having a pretty decent matchup here at the end, as we still have a shield left. This should be it for this video, as this one gonna go down here. And so this is it for the video, special for the Community Day. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I see you in the next one. Bye!